Alright, good morning YouTube. It is I, Tesla Mouse here, bringing you a Wi-Fi battle at 5 o'clock in the morning on November 12th, I believe, 2014. Anyways, as you guys may or may not know, I just recently uploaded, about an hour ago, a Wi-Fi battle that was supposed to be posted on Veterans Day. It couldn't be posted because, honestly, I didn't have enough time to finish it and stuff. So, yeah, it's got finished and uploaded, and that video was Tuesday's video. This is going to be Wednesday's Wi-Fi battle, as well the next Wi-Fi battle I upload today. Hopefully if I get around to it. And on a side note, I know you guys may be sick of seeing the same OU Pokemon, same teams, Manectric, Volcarona, Azumarill, blah 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 blah, all that stuff, but not to worry, starting Friday, this Friday, each day there will be one Wi-Fi battle uploaded where I used 5 Hoenn Pokemon plus the channel mascot Raichu. So I already got 7 battles done with those teams that I plan to upload. Win-loss, doesn't matter, they'll be uploaded each day, along with a regular Wi-Fi battle like I'm doing right now. So yeah. Anyways, let's examine the teams against Passerby Dome, who challenged me. He is using a Fortress, Tyranitar, Hound-Doomed, Azumarill, Gengar, and Dragonite, and I am using the team I've been using for the past week or so. And looking at his team, honestly, I am really threatened by his Azumarill, because if that thing gets belly drum off, and my Pokemon are low HP, yeah, it could be a sweep. I'm also threatened by his Hound-Doomed, because if I want a flamethrower or his Fortress to prevent it from doing much, he could switch into Hound-Doomed and soak up that Flash Fire. Tyranitar is just overly, especially defensive, bulky beast with its Sandstorm and stuff. Gengar is, well, Gengar, extremely fast, especially Scarf, and Dragonite with its multi-scale, and if it does have the weakness policy, it can be a pain to take down too. So there are lots of threats. I mean, yeah. Let's just see how this plays out, because you're going to find that we go back and forth quite a bit. And yeah. Anyways, I knew he was going to lead off with Fortress, and that's exactly what he does lead off with. Fortress. I'm going to lead off with Manectric, obviously. And this first turn kind of gave me a heart attack, and you're going to find out why. Now, I'll go for the Mega Evolution and Flamethrower, and he switches out, so now I'm fearing he's going to go into Hound-Doomed. But thankfully, he goes into Tyranitar instead, so Mega Evolution, Flamethrower. And honestly, you don't really see many of Tyranitar's moves played in this battle. You only see like 2 moves. So I'm gonna get the Intimidate off and Flamethrower the Tyranitar. I'm betting he wished he sent in Hound-Doomed instead, and I'm glad he didn't. So Manectric's gonna get buffeted by the sand, and I'm gonna go for the Volt Switch. He does a little bit damage off. It's obviously not gonna do a lot due to the Sandstorm. And I'm gonna go into Sebethur the Skarmory, and he gets his Stealth Rocks off. So yeah. His Fortress isn't going to set up Stealth Rocks at the moment. He's going to withdraw his Tyranitar and going to Hound-Doomed as I go for Defog. Skarmory's main job is to get rid of entry hazards, and if it does get the opportunity to set up entry hazards of its own, so yeah, there's a reason why I went for Defog instead of Stealth Rocks. Going to withdraw Skarmory and put in Porygon 2 to copy Flash Fire. Hopefully it is Flash Fire, which it is. So yeah, he goes for a Flamethrower, as you're going to see here. I mean, while Flash Fire doesn't really benefit Porygon's moves, it does, however, prevent it from taking damage, which can be key. So Flash Fire is going to negate Hound-Doomed's Flamethrower. And Hound-Doomed gets hit by the sand, as with Porygon 2. He's going to withdraw his Hound-Doomed and go into Tyranitar, as I go for Thunder Wave to try and neutralize the speed of Hound-Doomed. The Sandstorm subsides. And I switch Porygon 2 out. He tries to go for a pursuit, but he gets paralyzed hacked. That's no fun for him. And I go back onto Sebethur. And I'm hoping I can try to paraflinch him here, but he's going to switch his Tyranitar out for Fortress. So Fortress is going to take a mere 1 HP from Iron Head, I'm guessing. I don't know. So it's going to get healed with the leftovers. And I'm going to switch Sebethur out for Manectric. Not going to go into Volcarona, but I'm going to go into Manectric. And he's going to go for a Volt Switch. And honestly, I did not think he was going to go for a Volt Switch, so that's not really the reason why I went for Manectric. I don't know what he was thinking I was going to do. But he does switch in his Dragonite. And I'm going to go for a Volt Switch of my own. And I'm going to go right into Porygon 2 and copy the multi-scale of Dragonite. Dragonite's going to Dragon Dance it up, and boy does Dragonite look constipated when it uses Dragon Dance. I'm not even lying. It really looks constipated. It's like, oh, let me take a dump. Anyways, I'm going to Dragon Claw my Porygon 2, and I'm going to try a Thunder Wave, but, you know, this is the rare times. I wish Dragonite had the weakness policy. It has a Lumberry instead, so that's nice. He's withdrawing his Dragonite. He knows his Thunder Wave might be coming. I'm going to go for the recover. I kind of figured he would switch out. I just want to get my HP back up, so yeah. The HP goes up to where multi-scale would work on Porygon 2, except Porygon 2 gets hit by the sand. So, too bad Porygon 2 isn't a steel type. He tries again to go for Pursuit, doesn't work. And out comes Azumarill. Now, I'm going to go for the knockoff here because I'm curious, in case he does switch into Tyranitar, or keeps Tyranitar, what his item is. However, he switches into Fortress instead, and I'm actually wishing he switched into Gengar instead, because I believe a knockoff from Azumarill will be a one-hit KO on Gengar, assuming it's not sashed. So, withdrawing Azumarill out, and going into bugging out the Heracross. Why did I do that? I did not know. However, he's going to go for the Volt Switch. Yeah. I believe that's also the only move of Fortress we see. So we don't really see much of Fortress in Tyranitar's moveset. Just that Fortress has Volt Switch and Tyranitar has Stealth Rocks and Pursuit. But we don't actually see Pursuit yet, but you can kind of guess that it does have that. I'm going to get Heracross out of there ASAP. And he's going to go for a Flamethrower. And I want to say go for the recover again. Sandstorm subsides. So far I don't believe any Pokemon has been taken out yet. So yeah, recover. And I'm just going to keep Porygon 2 in. For no apparent reason, really. Don't really want to switch him out yet. So I'm just going to do Tri-Attack. It's going to do, like, the bare minimum damage, really. It's not very effective against Rock, plus the Sandstorm. Tri-Attack's going to do Jack Crop, and there's your Pursuit. So, yeah, Pursuit confirmed on Tyranitar, which is fine. And he goes for another Pursuit. Because I switched Porygon 2 out, expecting to go for Stealth Rocks this time. They went for Pursuit instead. And Sebethur the Skarmory comes in. He withdraws. He saw through that too, actually. Or did he? I don't know. I keep getting these terms confused. Yeah, I go for Stealth Rocks of my own since his Stealth Rocks are off. And as I go for a Rapid Spin, I thought maybe he'd go for a Volt Switch. So like a Whirlwind out, whatever he sends it next. But he actually went for the Rapid Spin instead. So Whirlwind's going to blow that Fortress away. And out comes Gengar. The Sandstorm subsides. And I'm going to switch Skarmory out and go into Porygon 2. Copies Levitate, really doesn't matter, honestly. And he goes for a Thunderbolt. Praying that Porygon 2 doesn't get paralyzed, which it doesn't, thankfully. He's going to withdraw the Gengar and go into Tyranitar again. And I go for the Recover. Because by now I'm used to him switching Tyranitar back in, thinking I'm going to Thunder Wave him. So that's obviously why I don't go for Thunder Wave. Porygon 2 gets hit by Sandstorm. And I'm going to try attack again, expecting another Pursuit. But this time he goes to Stealth Rocks. Porygon 2 gets hit by a Sandstorm. Then I'm going to switch it into Skarmory. Which is unfortunate as he switches into Hound-Doomed. So now I don't know what I'm supposed to do. I could switch Skarmory out. And he actually switches out his Hound-Doomed, expecting me to switch something else in, which is interesting. Golden Egg to Azumarill as I go for Defog. That was a risky play on my part. I don't even go for Defog in this turn, actually. Instead I switch, so he pulled double switches. Okay. Yeah, anyways. Going to copy Azumarill's huge power. Going to go for a Thunder Wave if Porygon 2 survives whatever Azumarill dishes out. Paralyzes Azumarill. Azumarill's just going to go Super Power on Porygon 2. So that knocks Porygon 2 down to 11 HP. Not to mention the sand is going to take 10 HP off. If it stayed up, that is. But yeah, Aqua Jet's definitely going to finish off Porygon 2. Doesn't matter, Porygon 2 is down. And that's the first feint of this battle, if I remember correctly. Out comes Skarmory. And I'm going to go for the Defog. Hound-Doomed's going to come in. And, you know, at this point, like, I'm going to, you know, just sack Skarmory off and go for the Stealth Rocks. Maybe I'll be lucky and he'll do something else, which he does, which allows me to set Stealth Rocks. I believe Stealth Rocks is what made the match easier for me. Let's just say that. So now I definitely know he's going to take me out. So Flamethrower is going to roast Skarmory. Now that's 2 down on my side. Azumarill is coming out. Gonna go for the Aqua Jet. And Hound-Doomed's gonna go for a Sludge Bomb. Which thankfully doesn't take Azumarill out directly, but it does poison Azumarill, which will actually ultimately take Azumarill out. So, yeah, that's 3 down on my side, none down on his side. Back out comes Mega Manectric. Intimidate. And he's gonna withdraw his Hound-Doomed. I wouldn't advise that. I honestly don't know why he did. Well, actually think about it. He could wrap and spin the Stealth Rocks away. There'd be nothing else for me to set up Stealth Rocks with, so Hound-Doomed could have a fighting chance later on. But ultimately, he did switch Hound-Doomed out. Volt Switch is going to hit Tyranitar. And out comes bugging out the Heracross. And I'm going to predict, which is a big risk, I'm going to predict that he switches Tyranitar out and goes for Gengar. As you'll see here, I was correct. And Gengar is going to get hit by a Guts boosted Shadow Claw. So Shadow Claw is going to take Gengar out. That was a nice prediction on my part. Bugging out the Heracross, gets hit by the sand. Burned. You know. Next up comes Fortress. And I'm going to go for the close combat this time. Dragonite does take out Fortress, and thankfully, despite Fortress's high defense, it does take Fortress out. It wasn't exactly super effective on Fortress, but it did take it out nonetheless. So Heracross takes out Fortress. Now comes Golden Egg, the Azumarill. Azumarill going to get paralyzed. And I'm going to Facade it. Even though it doesn't really take it out. Its Citrus Berry does activate. And now it's going to get hit by the sand, as they both do. Heracross is going to take some burn damage. Aqua Jet's going to take Heracross out. Didn't get lucky with that paralysis this turn. And the sandstorm subsides. As Mega Manectric comes out, intimidates Azumarill. Azumarill's going to go for the Aqua Jet to get as much damage on Manectric as possible, and Volt Switch is going to finish it off. And I switch right into Volcarona. Now if he switches Dragonite in, I pretty much lose, actually. Pretty sure I lose. But if he switches Tyranitar, which he did, ironically enough, I win, because Volcarona can just Bug Buzz and finish off Tyranitar from this range, despite the special defense boost from this sand. Now, if my Volcarona had the old EV spread, it might not be possible, because my Volcarona wasn't completely invested in special attack, as it was more bulky, but I, redid the EV, so now it's a fast sweeper, basically. So Dragonite's going to take some Stealth Rocks damage. I'm going to Quiver Dance, because I figure he's going to go for a Dragon Dance himself, which he does. So we're both dancing, again. Dragonite looking mighty constipated. And I'm going to go for the Fire Dance to get as much damage as possible. Now I'm pretty much hoping and banking on a burn here to win me the match. Because I'm not sure if Dragonite can outspeed Mega Manectric with that Dragon Dance. Doesn't really take out Dragonite to the range where Sand can finish it off. However, Dragonite does finish Volcarona off with a Dragon Claw. No burn, unfortunately. And now it's all up to Mega Manectric to win the match, if she can. Pin that to me off. I really don't think it would matter on the Dragon Claw, but thankfully Mega Manectric does outspeed Dragonite and finishes it off with a Hidden Power Ice. And next out comes Hound-Doomed. And Hound-Doomed gets finished off with the Stealth Rocks. And that is the match. So, I gotta say, him switching Gengar in against Heracross helped immensely, because I don't know, I had a feeling that Gengar was scarfed. The Gengar didn't really do much in the battle, and we didn't get to see much of Tyranitar or Fortress's movesets. We only know that Fortress had Rapid Spin and Volt Switch, Tyranitar had Stealth Rocks and Pursuit. So, yeah, it's anybody's guess what the other moves could be. And I'm not sure what the item was on it. Maybe it also had the Mega Stone. Because maybe he Mega Evolved based on what... No, based on who he was up against. But anyways, that is the match. Thank you for watching. I'll be filming another one soon as I import this to the computer. See you in a few.